Having a really good explore into your favorite games can be an excellent idea, as you never quite know what hidden goodies are stashed away in the most unexpected of areas. Secret levels, for one, are usually something special, occasionally offering an odd twist to everything. Sure, taking the fight to a railway station is one thing, but what about a gunfight inside a fun slide made up of flesh, bone, and rivers of blood rushing at top speed? That's another. After checking out our top 10 most surreal secret levels in video games, share any honorable mentions in the comments below. The weirder, the better. I'm Jess from WhatCulture, and here are 8 twisted secret levels in video games. Number 8. ZIGGURAT VERTIGO. QUAKE. QUAKE may not have had the same personality as its predecessor Doom or its rival at the time Duke Nukem 3D, but it is one of the finest shooters of all time. The game's first chapter hosts a very unique secret level, especially when compared to the others. When you spawn inside, you realize ZIGGURAT VERTIGO is a tall level with a temple nearby. And as you go for a jump, you'll find that, oh, hold on, wait a minute, the gravity is not what you'd expect it to be. The hint's in the name. The level has 1/8 gravity, meaning a simple jump can send you quite literally flying. You'll fall like a feather, preferably not into a pool of lava. It adds a tricky twist to the situation. You can make extravagant leaps of faith to reach higher parts of the level, and can leap over obstacles while pumping out a few dozen nails or carpet bombing the ogres. On the flip side, you'll be a sitting duck to the flying monsters, as well as the big bad lightning blasting shamblers up top. You can't fall any faster, so deciding where and when to jump is crucial. Zero gravity gunfights in ZIGGURAT VERTIGO are a one-of-a-kind experience. Prepare to die a lot, and most of your deaths will probably be marked by you slowly and delicately falling into a pool of lava. Number 7. Nightmare. Wolfenstein: The New Order. Waiting for a Wolfenstein game that was actually good was a little bit like waiting for World War II to end. Machine Games finally delivered the goods in the form of a dystopian cyber-Nazi bloodbath. Using those dual assault rifles never gets old. Partway through the game, our super buff hero William Blazkowicz hoped to finally get a good night's sleep. Conversely, his subconscious is burdened with the same dream, escaping from a labyrinth with resistance around every corner. Welcome back to 1992, everyone. This level is entitled Nightmare, and it pits your 3-dimensional protagonist against 16-bit Germans. The objective is simple: escape. Every item, level, prop, and secret from Wolfenstein 3D remain intact. It's spacious and full of corridors, making it a playground for balls-out gunfights combined with stylish sliding and shooting across the castle's floors. In fact, those who remember the location of the switch to the secret level will be pleased to know that it is also available here. It's a 2-for-1 deal, a bargain in any player's book. One death means you're out for the count. You can always restart that portion of the level and do it again. That said, it's well worth it for the flashback of Nazis in bright blue jumpsuits who scream "Mein Leben" every time they die. Number 6. Club Doom. Doom, PlayStation. Many gamers fondly remember the secret Wolfenstein 3D throwback missions in Doom 2 Hell on Earth. Exploring the deep, confusing layout of the nefarious labyrinth castle Wolfenstein was a nice treat. Because of the popularity of Doom and its sequel, companies were all emptying their wallets in order to get permission to port the game to their consoles. Most of them were second-rate to the PC version. The PlayStation port, however, was unique. For one, there were console-exclusive levels that were well-designed and really fun to play. Instead of another copy and pasted labyrinth full of the Jerrys, there were more than a few secret levels in this one. A chunk of them were exclusives. Club Doom is the hardest to find since it's hidden within a secret level. Outside of the club is the developer's logo. Distorted groans of babies echo around the void as you walk up to the door and sprint above the stairs. The music abruptly stops and is replaced with a frantic techno beat. There is indeed a disco dance floor, and the cages surrounding it are infested with revenant strippers. A bar nearby will offer health potions, while nearby weaponry will help clear off the multicolored dance floor. Short, sweet, and utterly silly, Club Doom is most certainly the oddest level in the entire series. Show them who the true Rocket Man is by dueling the demons with a one-man Disco Inferno dance-off. Number 5. Giant Ants. Command & Conquer Red Alert Counter-Strike. Now, Red Alert wasn't supposed to be its own standalone game. It was just supposed to be an add-on for the first game in the series, but it ended up becoming its own entity. In this universe, it's Allies versus Soviets, versatility and crafty technology against pure brute strength and unconventional warfare. The first add-on Counter-Strike introduced a balmy set of secret levels to the mix. To access them, you had to hold shift and click the speaker. How people were supposed to figure this out is anyone's guess. To greet the player, cheesy music plays and a giant ant appears alongside a logo that says, "It came from Red Alert." This mini-campaign pits the boys and girls of the UK against a horde of giant mutated ants. They can shoot through steel like it was made of pastry, and some of them spew fireballs. After a scouting mission, you must repair your damaged base and fend off the ugly insects. Then there's the matter of poisoning their nests with the help of some eggheads in order to prevent them from swarming the whole map. The grand finale takes place in an underground bunker where our heroes lead a merry chase to the Queen's hive and blow it to pieces. Battling the sugar-stealing horde is not easy by any means, but it sure is satisfying. Number 4. The Moo Moo Farm, Diablo 2. Rumors were buzzing back when Diablo the First was buzzing about that there was a secret level full of cows. As you'd imagine, it was a load of tripe. The story goes that if you clicked on a certain cow in the game multiple times, you'd be teleported to this fantastic place. Yeah, right. Remember though, this was the 90s where a rumor could easily become a future feature in the next game. Just look at Mortal Kombat. Getting back on topic, Blizzard decided to add the fabled cow level into Diablo's sequel. Since crafting became an integral part of the game, players tried experimenting with what they had. Some were lucky enough to create a key to enter this bizarre zone. And as you'd expect and hope, it is indeed full of cows. Armed with sharp axes and traveling in large packs, wandering around the area is not a very wise idea unless you want to be turned into burgers. You only get one chance to overthrow their leader, the Cow King, per difficulty level. After that, it's locked up for good. On the plus side, you can snag some wonderful treasures and an excellent story to tell your friends at the local tavern. Number 3. PANZERKNACKER Unleashed, Medal of Honor Underground. It's safe to say that Medal of Honor was ahead of its time. For example, enemies could kick or knock back your grenades, or decide to sacrifice themselves by jumping on top of one. Instead of charging ahead and opening fire, they drop down on the floor or rush for cover. Another revolutionary feature was the inclusion of killer 6-foot nutcrackers in the sequel. While the game primarily focuses on the badass French resistance member Manon Baptiste, who could blow up tanks with merely a few petrol bombs and an MP40, you play as Jimmy Patterson from the first game, who must investigate a German castle containing a scientist's experiments gone awry. And that's the nice way of putting it. Among other oddities, you'll fight dogs firing rocket launchers on their hind legs, green zombies with exploding heads, knights ready to pounce at you, and 6-foot nutcracker robots with anti-tank weapons. The objective is to steal the paperwork and find the pieces for your very own Panzerknacker. After assembly, it's time for a merry rush through the swarms of nutcrackers with your new buddy. Team up, let it take the damage, or abandon it. Either way, it's none too easy, so a helping hand in the game with a few allies is always welcome. For a series that specialized in simulating realistic battles, this was definitely the nuttiest thing to come out of the game. Number 2. House of Horrors, Blood. Blood was like Duke Nukem 3D, with its sprite-based engine, buckets of gore, expansive map, and cheesy one-liners. However, this game was horror-themed, featuring fewer aliens and more monsters, cultists, and dark humor. Oh, and even more delicious giblets. Hidden in a cabal-infested carnival complete with deadly tightrope acts, rat burgers, mimes, and zombie head football, a secret level will take the player to a happy family-friendly super speedy slide under construction. Open the mouth-shaped funhouse to make your way to the slide, where you'll find the sides are made of flesh and will bleed when shot. Yikes! Manic laughter is heard as you jump into the blood falls and ascend at top speed through this frightening wild ride. Aside from passing through mutilated corpses of some helpless victims, there are cultists and zombies that await behind props and in cages surrounding the stomach-shaped plunge pool where you get off. It may be linear, but resistance is very heavy. The shotgun-wielding loonies can even jump into the faux stomach acid pool and gun you down in the water. This is one secret level that will scare the living daylights out of you with its jump scares and enemies around every corner. Not to mention the call for security at the zombie cage, which unleashes a squad of brain chompers your way. Number 1. The Grand Vomitorium / Escape from the Vomitorium. Rise of the Triad. Now, there was a few warp-only levels that existed in this cult classic shooter, one of which was the Grand Vomitorium. Sounds charming. It was so unfair, level designer Joe Siegler wanted you to get as annoyed by it as possible, even going as far as to encourage you to cheat in order to win. Everything seems as usual to begin with, hopping rides on floating pads in huge rooms with "You do not belong here" scrolled across each wall. Then you're dropped into what looks like a floor with sky and no walls. Fall off the map and you're dead. You have to go through a few tight corridors with an elasto mode to turn you into rubber and send you flying into the void to reach a lift, which teleports you to another void-filled room. In the distance, "Cheat now" is spelled out with floating hover pads. You have limited time to dodge the incoming pads. They're ready to push you off the edge too. Squeeze through another tight strip of floor and beat the level. Naturally, it's much easier said than done. It's mind-blowing though. Siegler was utilizing every exploit in the engine to tease the player. Rot's reboot featured Escape from the Vomitorium with death-defying feats of pants-shitting platforming after being launched hundreds of feet into the air. The hallucinogenic and bouncy power downs are all in play, ready to fling you into the void. And to reward your valiant vomit-inducing actions, a dope fish will fly out and eat you, thus ending the stage. Twisted stuff. And that's our list. Do let me know down in that comment section if you can think of any other examples of twisted secret levels that you found in video games. As always, I've been Jess from WhatCulture. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You can come say hi to me on my Twitter account if you like, where I'm at Jess McDonald, but make sure you stay tuned to us here for plenty more great content.